super excited to have all of you people here. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Without further ado, I think thank you, Funny, for such an incredible, intro of me. Without further ado, let us get started. And of course, right, Funny, I have a request to make. If someone is spamming with the same message over and over again, let's kick them out of the call. Let's have serious people on this session who are serious and who are keen to learn AI. Because I have put in an insane amount of effort over the course of last couple of days to put this session together. And I don't want to be distracted by spamming. So anyone spamming, not even one time you have to tell them. You just get rid of them. I want people who are serious, who want to learn here, to be on this call, folks. For everyone else, my name is Vaibhav Sisanti. I've been talking AI, teaching AI for quite some time, and I'm very excited because I've put together what I believe is a very powerful session for anyone who want to get started to become AI first. So, you guys excited? You guys excited? Yes. All right. All right. All right. Incredible. I'm loving those reactions. Yes. We're going to talk a lot with reactions because I'm going to keep the chat on and off because I don't want to get distracted. So reactions is easy for me. So I'm going to stick around with the reactions. Guys, the first thing that I want to talk about is this quote. How many of you guys have heard of this quote before? How many of you guys have heard of this quote before? AI won't replace you. Someone using AI actually will. How many of you guys have heard this quote before? Give me a thumbs up. Here is what I'll tell you that a lot of people will not like when they hear when I say this. Most people don't understand what this quote means. It is probably the most misunderstood quote that there is out there. Why do I say that? Because the moment when people see this quote, they consider themselves saying that, oh, where do I stand? Do I understand AI or do I not understand AI? And you try to bucket yourself. Can AI replace me? No. Someone using AI can replace me. So, do I use AI? Yes. So nobody can replace me. This is how we kind of correlate this and get to a conclusion. And that, my friends, is the biggest problem. Because I ask a lot of people, are you AI powered? Are you AI first? Do you use AI for work? Right? And every time when I talk to people like that, they mostly say yes to me. They all say yes. We are AI first. We are AI powered. We use AI for everything in the world. And when I ask them a couple of questions, you know what I get to understand? Most of the people who think they are AI first or they are using AI extensively are usually people who use tools like ChatGPT and Claude maybe to do a handful of tasks. Like what? Like writing an email, asking a question, brainstorming ideas. They ask a question, they get an answer, and they believe they have become AI first. And this, my friends, is the biggest lie you're telling yourself. And I don't, I'm not basically saying that it's a lie that you're telling yourself knowingly. I know most people don't understand what it means by being AI first. Because being AI first isn't about asking AI more questions. Just asking more questions to AI doesn't make you AI first. You were always able to ask questions to Google as well. Right? You were still getting answers. AI had just made it easier for us to get answers. The real power of what it means by becoming AI first is about rethinking how the work is getting done. You could be a student, you could be a working professional, you could be an entrepreneur, you could be a freelancer, you could be a consultant, you could be anyone out there who's a knowledge worker at this point of time. You have to rethink how work gets done. And you don't do the work. You outsource the execution to AI. Then you'll be like, Vaibhav, if I outsource the execution to AI, what the hell am I supposed to do? Well, your job is what a very good human can do. Your job is to spend a lot of time judging what AI is coming up with, taking decisions, and having a knack, having a taste to understand what works, what doesn't. Now, the problem with when I say people that you have to focus on judgment, decisions, and taste, people will be like, okay, someone is going to do the job. I'm going to just respond to it. Before we get to judgment, decision, and taste, something that is very important that you need to get an idea of, how do you get AI to execute everything for yourself? How do you automate 80% of the work that you do so that you can literally do 10 times more than everybody else? That is about being AI first. Get AI to do most of the work for you that you don't enjoy doing, but you spend most of the time thinking, judging, taking decisions, and basically using your taste to take calls that will drive an impact. Does it make sense? This, my friends, is a very important part that all of us need to understand what we want AI to do and what we should retain doing. Now, for AI to do execution for us, for AI to be able to do things end to end for us, we need to learn a lot. But before we get there, here is a hard number that most people don't realize. AI is going to take 4 out of 5 jobs. And when you know this, you by now know that it's not AI that is taking 4 out of 5 jobs. It's the AI first people who are going to gulp up your jobs. Now, what does that even mean? Let me give you a direction very, very soon. And this is happening. I don't know if you know this. Almost 2 lakh jobs vanished just in the last 12 months, just in US. And these are jobs of people getting paid 100, 200, $300,000. So these are not normal jobs that have vanished. A lot is happening in India as well. So what is very important for you to know is what is that I can do at this point of time? And for that, you need to understand what future of teams looks like. So for me to understand how future of team looks like, when people say, and this is being reported by everyone, right? When people say this, I wanted to understand how does future companies work? Because future companies are run by entrepreneurs and has working professionals. If 4 out of 5 jobs goes away, how will the work be done? And you know what? I stumbled across a very interesting report of World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum publishes a report called as Future of Work, and I managed to get this screenshot. You know what this Future of Work report is? This is the structure of a future team. So if you're an entrepreneur, you need to look at this slide. 80% of your team is basically AI agents or AI systems. 80% of your team. How many of you guys are entrepreneurs here? Give me a thumbs up. If you're an entrepreneur, you need to think about how do I use AI agents to be able to get a lot of my work done. Now, for all the working professionals and students who are going to go do jobs, if there are any working professional students, give me a heart so that I know how many of you guys are here. Here's the thing, guys. Look at the number of humans in a team. There are literally 20% of humans in the team. And most of them are something called as generalists. But what is interesting here is every human is managing a bunch of AI agents or AI systems. Are you able to understand this? Most people don't talk about this. If you're able to understand this, give me a thumbs up. Because if you see this, there are a few humans, and a few humans who are out there are basically managing AI agents or AI systems. So what you're getting to see is a glimpse of what future teams are going to look like. That is the glimpse that you're getting. Now, when we talk about AI like this, there is one important thing that is happening. Our jobs, our work doesn't revolve around using AI agents. We have never basically used an AI agent to do our work. Most of us haven't because AI is a couple of years old. So, with AI coming into the picture, one other very powerful thing that's going to happen is that it's going to create entirely new roles, businesses, and opportunities. Every time when something big happens, right, it leads to a negative impact, it leads to a positive impact as well. Now, with AI coming in, it will also create a lot of new roles, businesses, and opportunities. But one thing that you need to realize when it comes to these businesses, opportunities, and roles is the fact that all of these new jobs are going to be AI first. Almost every job is going to be AI first. So we have to rethink how we do our job. If we don't rethink how we do our job, it's going to become very, very hard for us to win in the AI first world. So the big question that we need to ask ourselves right now is, hey, how will my job survive is actually a bad question. How will I run my business without AI is actually a bad question if you're a founder. How will I get a job if you're a student is actually a bad question. The right question here is, am I preparing myself for the new AI first jobs, for the new AI first companies to be built, for the new AI first roles that are evolving is the right question to ask. Do I make sense? If this is make sense, drop a clear in the chat. I know there are a lot of people who are trying to get an understanding here, but I want to know if you're getting this because I believe most people are not being given this context. And when people don't get this context, they don't really understand. That's why I'm spending the first 10, 15 minutes talking and giving you guys this context because smart people need context to get an understanding of that. Perfect. Awesome. Looks like most of you people got it. Now, when I say, am I preparing for a new AI first jobs? How do I know? And how do I go ahead become one? So, how do you actually become an AI first professional? How many of you guys today want me to focus on how you can become an AI first professional using Claude? Because we said it's going to be a Claude workshop. So I'm going to use Claude for everything, but I'm going to show you how you can become an AI first professional. Yes, incredible. I'm loving the energy in the chat and also in the reactions. So let me show you something that I have only spoken about in the past, basically in a lot of events and in a lot of corporations. So I'm going to give you a framework that I usually teach in companies like Uber, Aditya Birla, Shell, and companies like that. And this is the same talk that I've given in IIM Bangalore, IIM Ahmedabad, and colleges like that. This is a framework that we internally created to help you to become truly AI first if you're a founder, working professional, or a student. It doesn't matter who you are. Guys, super excited to introduce you to the prompts framework. Now, prompts framework doesn't mean you're writing prompting. Prompts framework is actually a 7-step framework to actually become the top 1% AI professional. Now, what does prompt framework actually have? Now, you can't even find this on the internet because it's our internal AI engineering team, AI research team, which put this together after teaching literally 10 million plus learners. Okay, you're seeing the output of our research that has happened in the last couple of years. Right now, what does the prompts framework actually stand for? Well, if I make a full form of it, P stands for pick. Here, you have to understand which is the right AI model that I pick and which is the right AI tool that I pick to get the most out of AI. That is what P stands for, which is pick. R stands for refine. Now that you've picked a bunch of AI models, you've played with a bunch of AI models, you've played with a bunch of AI tools, your step is to refine it. You see, you don't have the energy and time to use 100 AI tools, but you have to try 100 AI tools in the pick so that you know which AI tools and which AI models and which AI workflows work for you in the step of refining. And on top of that, here on refine, you need to understand how to get the most out of AI. We're going to talk more about context engineering, prompt engineering, stuff like that. That is what refining is. Understanding which AI toolkit to pick and how to get the best output out of that. Next is O, which is operate. Operate is where now that you've learned AI tools and you've also learned which AI tools to use and how to get most out of them, operate is where you don't use one AI tool for one solution or one problem solving. You use sequence of AI tools, multiple AI tools in form of a workflow to be able to get the best output. So first step, maybe you'll use Claude. Second step, you will use a tool like Superjoin for data analysis. Third step, you will use a tool like Julius AI to build presentations and visualizations. Step 4, you'll use an MCP to be able to send the report all automated. And step 5, you'll set up a trigger. This is called as a workflow, where you're getting started with automating your work. That is O, which is operate. Next is make, where you create professional visual content. To become an AI first person, you don't say that, hey, my work revolves around text only. Becoming AI first, being able to solve problems using AI. So problems could come in form of images, video and audio and everything around it. We should be able to solve any of them. And that is where make comes. Step number 5 is productize, where, look, we used operate to play with it. We played with prompts here and we played with a bunch of tools. Now we know what is the solution that we need to be able to solve a problem. On productize, you actually build that solution end to end using something called as vibe coding. Even if you don't know how to code, you can build that solution end to end to solve a particular problem. And that is called as productize. Next, now that you've built products, you start automating things on your workflow, which comes with Trigger. Let's say you want to automate your emails. You want to automate your calendar. You want to automate some kind of research. You want to automate competitor research. Anything and everything around it, which has a loop around it, which can be automated, which is the same thing that you do every single day. You can automate that. And that is what you learn on T, which is trigger, where you automate repetitive process. And finally, the most important step, everything together, is called as synthesize, where you pick the right AI models, you refined and got the right prompt, you automated by building workflows, you built what you want visually, you productize by building micro apps and micro solutions, you build automations and agents using trigger. Synthesize is where you put everything together to literally build your AI employees. What I mean by AI employees, they do the job for you end to end. They give you the task that they did. All you have to do is put your judgment, take the right decisions with the taste that you have. There are 7 levels, guys, that will take you from occasionally being using AI to becoming a AI first professional. Take a screenshot of this, because I believe this is extremely valuable. And like I told you, you'll not be getting the recording. So feel free to take screenshots and take as much notes as possible. Now that's the prompts framework. But today, maybe I have 60 minutes with you, 60 to 80 minutes with you. I can't really teach you everything that is out there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the best value out of your time. How do I do that? What I will try to do is I will focus on the highest impact 20% of the prompts framework. That way, which is the foundation tier of everything, that way you are literally better than 90% of the people all around you when it comes to AI. I will get you started to becoming an AI first professionals today in the next 60 to 90 minutes. Are you guys excited? Here's the thing. We will learn the top 20% that has a massive impact at your work today. And trust me when I say this session will change the way you think about AI forever. With that being said, here's my promise, guys. By end of this session, you will know how to think, how to work, and how to build better with AI. I can tell you for a fact, if you're focused, you will increase your odds of winning in the AI first world for sure. This will definitely increase the odds of winning in the AI first world. Now, finally, here's a tip. Because this is foundational and I'm going to go into everything at this point of time, I want to tell you something. If you know a thing or two that I'm going to teach you, have patience. I know there are a lot of really smart people on this session who've been researching, who've been learning, probably learning from my YouTube and Instagram content as well. You've been spending a lot of time exploring AI. And you might know a few things that I'm going to teach you, which is totally understandable. Have patience. You've invested the next 60, 70 minutes on this. Stick around, learn. Trust me when I say this, I can guarantee you, literally every single person, no matter how advanced you are, you will have something to take away from this session, guaranteed. So have patience, stick around, keep learning. That's what I would say. And without further ado, let us get started. Now, as I say this, guys, one quick call out. If you guys are on a desktop, are you guys on a mobile phone? If you guys are using a mobile phone to join this session, because a lot of things that I'm going to talk about are going to be around, how do I put it? Are going to be around screen share with full screen and whatnot. And on a mobile phone, you will not be able to consume the best of information. So quickly drop off while you're on the phone, join in via a laptop so that you can get the best value out of this. And that is something that most people have recommended. Hence, I'm telling you, I have put in a lot of effort to put all this session together. You are investing your time. I want to make sure that you're getting the most value out of it. With that being said, as you are switching to your laptop devices, let us get started, guys. Now, the first thing that we're going to talk about today, because I told you I will teach you the foundations of the prompts framework. And as I teach you the foundations of prompt framework, we're going to go very hands-on. We're going to do stuff on on Claude. We're going to do stuff on Claude. So don't worry about it, right? So the first step on prompts framework is called as pick. You see, there are so many AI models out there. There's so many AI tools out there. Knowing which AI tool to use where and which AI model to use where is very, very important. Today, since we are focusing on Claude, let's just focus on Claude. If I open Claude, right, you will see that as I click on this drop down, which a lot of people actually don't, there are multiple AI models right here. There is Fable, there is Opus, there is Sonnet, and then there is Haiku. On top of that, there is something called as effort, where you can literally tell AI how much effort to put to do each one of your tasks. Now, what are all these models and when to use which model? Because this is where people get it wrong. Guys, here's a rule of thumb that I will strongly recommend you to take a screenshot of, and this is very high value. Haiku is the cheapest model out there. So I always use Haiku, which is this, when I basically want very quick results and the tasks are not very important. Let's say I want to summarize a blog article. Let's say I got I got a notice or something. I want to take a screenshot and put in. I want to get an answer, or I want to summarize something very quickly, or I want to write a very quick Slack message and I want to rewrite it. Low effort stuff where I don't need to spend a lot of tokens. That is where I pick up Haiku. Next is the next best model, which is Sonnet. I will tell you 80% of the tasks that I do are using the Sonnet model because it is slightly more expensive than Haiku. When I say more expensive, you might be like, Vaibhav, I to pay $20 to get the account or I use the free account. What do you mean by expensive? What I mean by expensive is even if you pay $20 to get your account, okay? You pay $20 to get your account. You cannot use it forever. You can only use it up to a few limits. And that is why picking up the right AI model is important, right? If you use Haiku and Sonnet for most of your tasks, you can get more out of your free account or even the pro account that you have of $20, much, much better. So using the right AI model, that is what I mean by cheap, right? So when you use Sonnet, I use Sonnet for literally everything, guys. Writing an email, writing brainstorming with AI, trying to do quick research on something, any everyday task, I majorly use Sonnet. This is where I spend 80% of my job, 80% of my work when I use AI and Claude. Next comes Opus. Opus is the very smart model. And it gets very expensive also. So I would use Opus when I need to get an answer of something that cannot go wrong. I need the right answer no matter what. Let's say I have an NDA that has come in. It's a 50-page contract. I want to make sure before signing it, are there anything inside the document that I should be aware of? I don't want to give it to Sonnet because it's high stakes. If I sign it on the document and maybe tomorrow something happens, I'll get screwed. So I use a much more powerful model, which a much smarter mind, which is called as Opus. And finally, there is Fable, which is the recent model that you know. It's a Mythos class model. What do I mean by Mythos? Mythos was a model that was created by Claude, which was so bloody dangerous, which was so good at hacking that US government had to block the model. In fact, Fable was also blocked for a very long time and then it came back. Fable is incredibly powerful. It's like a scientist. So you don't use a scientist for every little task. So you use a scientist when the task is very, very complex. So I majorly use Fable when I need to build something or when I need to do some very important data analysis and things like that. Anything that has to do with code, I use Fable, or I use everything as Opus or Sonnet. Clear, guys? Clear? Give me a thumbs up. And by the way, if you're using Fable, you will run out of your credits like this. In like 5 questions, you'll be running out of credits. This is like 10 times more expensive in a way than Sonnet. 10 times more expensive. So you have to pick the right model for the right thing. Now, on top of this, here's a quick review, right? Haiku is for volume task. Sonnet is for daily work. Opus is for stakes. And finally, Fable is truly when it gets hard. And finally, if you're able to use the right model, and there is something called as effort as well. You can see this, right? If I'm using Sonnet, there's something called as effort. Effort is basically asking AI, hey, before you answer, think more. So when you say low, you're basically asking AI, quickly answer me. When you put medium, you're basically telling AI, think and answer me. When you say high, you're basically saying AI, hey, think very, very hard and answer me. When you say extra, you're basically telling AI, look, I want you to spend the whole day thinking and give me back the answer. And when you set to max, you're basically telling AI, I don't care how long you take. I don't care how long you take. You think through everything before you answer. So basically that is what effort is. So if you want quick answers, you basically use low or medium. I usually prefer medium for almost everything. By default, I use medium unless I have something very important where I would go full throttle max. I hope this is clear. And guys, when you're able to use the right model with the right effort, you use the right model with the right effort, you can literally get 3x more from your plan. And today, we are majorly talking about, just the efforts and models and everything around it. But what else you could do is also crazy. You see, we are just talking about Claude right now, and now I can use only these models to get answers. What if I tell you there is a way where I can get answers from multiple AI models all over the world? There are literally 200 plus AI models on the world. I want answers from the best AI models. What do I do? Well, in those cases, I use this very interesting tool called as Multi. So this is Get Multi. Okay, you can go to this tool. I think they have a free trial as well, and then they have a 16. It costs about 16,000 rupees, and it's a one-time fee, right? You have to pay to join. So I have the paid plan of this, but you can use the free trial as well. If you go to Get Multi, right, and if you log in, this is what Get Multi looks like. Now here's the power of Get Multi. What it can actually do is I can literally compare multiple AI models. Look at all the models that are out here. So I can say I want, let's say 5.5 or let's say 5.6. I want 5.6 Luna. I want Opus 4.8. Okay, perfect. I want Gemini 3.1. So I just select Gemini 3.1. I want GLM 5.2. I select that AI model GLM as well. I want Kimi also, Kimi 2, K2.6. Okay, I don't know what else I missed. I have all these models that I've selected. Now you see what happens. All these AI models I've selected. I can just ask a question. Hey, what does great prompting mean? Okay, I know it's a dumb question, but you get the idea. When I ask a question like this, you can literally see what's happening. I'm literally getting the answer from literally 6 different AI models. Don't you think this is insane? Drop in a heart if you think this is insane. I'm getting Llama to answer. I'm getting GPT 5.6 to answer. I'm literally getting Opus 4.8 to answer. Gemini 3.1 failed and now it has worked again. I'm getting GLM 5.2 to answer, which is a Chinese model, and also Kimi K2.6 to answer. And I can literally ask a follow-up question right here. Explain me again. And you know what? All the AI models will work with me again to get me the follow-up answers as well. So I can literally get 6, 10, 15 different AI models to work with me in parallel so that I can pick which is the right answer that I want or which one do I like, pick and use that. So guys, this is what is all about when I say picking is a very important skill set, right? This is what I mean by that. Using the right AI models, using the right AI tools, using the right effort, and using tools like Multi so that you have the best minds in the world working for you parallelly. Now, this is the foundation of picking, guys. This is the foundation of a level 1, which is pick, right, of the prompts framework. I don't want to leave you by just teaching the foundation and not telling you what else you should learn after this. So after every level that I talk about, let's say I just spoke about pick, right? Do you want me to also tell you what you could learn more to get the most out so that after the session is over, you can take notes and continue to learn? Drop a boom in the chat if you want that. Drop a boom in the chat, guys, if you want that. Yes, everybody wants it. So I'm gonna do that. Okay. So now that you understood on a high level what pick is, everybody understood what pick is? Everybody understood what a pick is? Great. Now let's talk about what else you should learn in pick to basically truly become AI first. Obviously, we don't have the time to cover everything, but I can directionally tell you what you should learn next. And of course, we're going to give you a document which will have all this information. Like I said, towards the end of the call, we'll give you notes. So it will have all these information inside of it for you to refer back. Okay. Now, pick, like I said, the level 1 is picking the right AI brain. What we did was pick up a few AI models right now and choose from them. What you actually do in pick is not just about using ChatGPT, Grok, Claude, or things like that. What you need to also understand is here, understanding what tokens is. What is tokenization? Understanding what context windows are so that you can leverage AI in a much better way. Having the ability to run AI models literally on your computer using LM Studio and stuff like that, and also effectively build small models all by yourself as well to solve your problems. On top of that, there are literally hundreds of AI tools out there. There are tools very good, which is beyond ChatGPT and Claude and all this for research, knowledge, data, documents, presentations, product building, agents, automation, image, video, audio. You need to play with all those tools to get a sense of what tools work for you the best. Today, I was only able to show you quickly multi, but there are so many tools, guys. There's DeepSeek, there's Quan, there's Open Router, there's NVIDIA NIM, there is Olama, there's Jan, there's Atomic Chat, there's Perplexity, there's Notebook LM, there's Comet, there's Apify, there's Claude Cowork, Superjoin, Numerous AI, GenSpark, Manus, Canva, so many tools that you need to learn in the pick. When you get access to all the tools out there, when you play with all of them, you understand what is the strength of a tool, what is your job, so that you can pick your right 8 to 10 tools that work for you. Make sense? If you don't even try Italian, continental, whatever, Mexican and Indian food, how will you know what you like? You will not know what you like. In pick, your job is to try everything so that you understand what you like. And that is what you should do going forward on pick. Clear? Clear about what you're supposed to do in pick on a high level? Clear in the chat, guys, if you're clear about it, and we will move on to the next one. All right, incredible. Now, guys, try to set your messages to everyone so that people can see your messages. Now, moving on. Next step is refine. Now, here is where we get into more magic. Here is where we get into some more serious stuff. And if there are people who are just joining now, because I know a lot of people might have just joined and they're like wondering what the hell is happening, what is a pick and what is refine. Guys, we are talking about a framework to become AI first. Anyone who just joined me, give me a thumbs up. We are just talking about frameworks of how to become AI first, which is called as a prompt framework. In P, we learned how to pick the right AI models. You have not missed anything as of yet. Now we're going to learn about refine. This is where the real magic starts. So don't lose your hope if you're just joined. As long as you keep up here, you will get 95% of the workshop already. So don't worry about it. Now, refine, like I told you, is where we try to get AI to do more about us. Refine is basically knowing how to speak with AI to get better results. The simplest way to say, what do I mean by refine, is basically how do you ask questions to AI, which is called as prompting. Now, I'll tell you what, most people undervalue prompting. They think I don't need prompting. I can just ask a question, get an answer. It doesn't matter. AI is smart enough. Actually, no. AI doesn't have full context of you. So the better your question, the better will be your answer. Garbage in is garbage out. And if you're able to prompt AI in the best possible way, you literally get a 10x delta over everybody else. For example, let's say I'm on Claude, okay? And let's say I want to write a cold email, okay? I can just say, write a cold email for me to the founder of OpenAI. Guys, this is an example. Asking for a job is what I can write as a cold email right now. Of course, I can attach my whatever, right? This is how most of people end up writing their prompts. Write a cold email to the founder of OpenAI asking for a job. Look, AI is pretty decent. So it will still be able to give you a decent answer. But you know what? If you want your answers to be incredible, if you want your answers to have a 10x delta, you need to be able to write the same prompt that you wrote in a better way. Look at this. It came up with an answer, which is not bad at all. Right? But it came up with all wrong answers. It says, I led AI adoption inside of CRED. I never did that. It came up with all wrong answers because the prompt is very weak. It doesn't have enough context. And that is where I want to teach you how you can prompt well. And there are so many prompting techniques out there, guys. Right? But I told you, I want to give you I want you to basically teach you enough so that you're in the top 90% of the people around you. So I will not complicate it, and I'll teach you a very, very simple prompting framework. And the prompting framework that I will teach you today is called as the ART framework. We have created the names in a way you can remember them. ART framework is the art of writing prompts. You see? Art, right? So that's the ART framework. What does ART means? A stands for act as. R stands for request. And T stands for terms. Act as is where you give AI an identity. So instead of writing a cold email, asking AI to write a cold email, the way I can prompt is I can say act and I can say, I want you to act like an expert career advisor who has great experience in writing a ton of cold emails. Now, I'm butchering the spellings here. It doesn't matter. You get the idea. The moment you say act like a career advisor who has a lot of experience in writing cold emails, AI, instead of behaving like jack of all trades, AI behaves like an expert in copywriting and career advisor. So it reminds itself, how does a good copywriter write emails? It reminds itself, how does a good career advisor write emails and wears that hat? That is what act is. Next comes request. What is a request? Well, a request is basically write a cold email to the founder of OpenAI asking for a good growth role. That's my request. I want to write a cold email. Right. Next, that is the request. That is the task. Finally, there's something called as terms. In terms, we specify instructions. What are the things that we want the AI to follow? So when I say terms, I can say, hey, include the stuff from my resume and the job description so that email is personalized. Also, don't make the email way too long. Keep it casual and not too formal. That's how I want my email. And I said, I will give you my resume and job description. So where do is I have a job role that I found, developer marketing India of India as the OpenAI role. I can just copy the job description so that AI understands what the job role that I'm applying for. So I will just say JD. This is all the information. And I have my resume handy here as well, which is basically my LinkedIn profile. I'm going to attach this as well. Give AI as much context or information as possible. Now that I've done this, if I use this prompt right now, now you will see the email is going to be 10 times better. I can guarantee you the email will be 10 times better because I told AI how I want it to act. And I also told AI how I want my email to be. And I also gave AI enough information about the job that I'm applying and also the resume that I'm applying, resume of mine. So I'm giving enough information to AI. And look at this email, guys. Saw the developer marketing real India role and figured I'll just email directly instead of applying void. Quick context of me, I'm the founder of Growth School Outskill, took it from 0 to 10 million learners. Look at this. It has found all the information about me. The JD talks about earning trust with education, credible storytelling, and ecosystem activation. That's basically the last decade of my career. Just pointing at a different product. I'm also having a big following on social media. Would love 15 minutes if there's a fit. Happy to send more specifics. Guys, don't you think this is a 10x email from the past one? Drop a comment 10x in the chat if you believe this is a 10x email. All I did is instead of just giving the request, I gave the act and I gave the terms. And I was able to get a much better prompt already. Now, I have a question for all of you people. Should we make, how many of you guys are like, Vaibhav, this is too much effort here. I can't really write all my prompts myself. How many of you guys want to automate it? So that AI, you simply write your prompt, that is, you put your request, AI writes the prompt itself and then executes the task. Drop a me in the chat. I told you we're going to take it to the next level, and people who have just joined, you have not missed anything yet. Now, I feel bad for people who are going to join after this. Yes, let us do that right now, guys. Okay. Here's a promise that you have to make. If you like what you're going to see today, after I do the task, you're going to flood the whole Zoom with hearts. Okay. That's a promise. If you only like it, not right now, if you only like it. Okay. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people don't talk about this. What we did was I wrote a prompt myself. Now, what I want is I want AI to write my whole prompt. So what I do is I basically open a new chat window and I'm going to be like, I'm going to take a screenshot. There's a reason why I kept asking you to take screenshots. I'm going to take a screenshot of this slide, give it to AI. And guys, I'm going to use the voice system here. Hey, so what I want to do is this is a prompting framework that I basically use to rewrite my prompts. If I tell you a simple prompt, can you convert and give me an extensive prompt using this prompting framework for me? Okay, that's what I write as a prompt. I click on the send. I uploaded the prompting framework as a screenshot. That's it. And I'm basically asking AI a simple question. I'm going to give you a simple prompt. Can you remake the prompt in this format? It's basically like, yes, I can do it. Okay, I'm going to say, so I want to write a cold email to the founder of OpenAI asking for a job, and I can attach my resume and the job description that I want to apply for. For this, can you write me a prompt in the art framework? Now, I gave the framework to AI. Once I gave the framework to AI, I just told what I want to do. And here it comes, guys. Look at that. Isn't this a much better prompt than what I sent all by myself? Act as an expert cold email strategist. Here's the request, and here are all the terms. So AI can actually write a prompt really, really well. Now, while I got AI to write the prompt, I made a promise, and I like keeping my promises. I told you I will teach you how to automate the whole thing. You see, art framework improves one prompt. But you know what? You don't want to be taking the screenshot, giving to AI every single time and saying that, hey, can you write a prompt using art framework? Because it will not remember. But what if we teach Claude the art framework and we ask it to apply it every time when we ask it to apply without sharing any screenshot? Instead of just telling Claude that this is the art framework, I will teach Claude how to use the art framework so that it can remember. Should we do that? Should we do that? And my friends, teaching AI something is called as skills. Every AI has something called as skills. Just like humans have skills, AI also have skills. And a skill is something that you teach AI once so that it can do that job repeatedly. Just like a human can learn from a human can teach an AI how a human exactly want AI to do the job. And the way you do it is by creating something called as a skill. Now, let us teach AI the skill of writing prompts like this. Now, I'm going to ask, hey, did you learn how to write prompts using the art framework? I'll just ask the question quickly, just because I want to understand if it understood everything. It gave me the prompt, which is great. Now I'm quickly asking, did you learn how to write prompts using art framework? It says yes. The screenshot you shared, it's OutSkills art framework, and it works. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say slash skill creator. The moment you put slash right and type skill dash creator, this is how you teach AI how to remember this. And here I'm going to say, once I selected slash, all you have to do is, guys, this slash, and you start typing skill. It will automatically show up skill creator inside of Claude. It's already there for everyone. The moment you select slash skill creator, I basically say, hey, I want you to remember this art framework for time going forward as well. So every time I give you a prompt and I ask it to, hey, can you make this prompt better? You use the art framework to rewrite the whole prompt in a better way and execute the task for me. And that is the skill that I want you to save for me. There you go. Looks like this has gone wanky. So I'm just gonna say skill creator again. Even if I don't put slash skill creator and I just say save this as a skill, AI is smart enough to do it. But I'll just put slash skill creator just in case, and I click on send button. That's it, guys. I just told AI I want you to remember this art framework for time for going forward as well. So every time I give you a prompt, every time I give it a prompt and I say, can you make this prompt better? That is all I have to say. Claude should be able to remember the art framework and use the art framework to give me the new prompt and execute the task for me as well. And look at this, it says got it. This is the framework. Now it is drafting something called a skill.md. Now I'll not go deep into what a skill.md is. .md is a markdown file. Now let's say someone teaches you something. What do? You take notes of it and store it. If let's say you are learning something new, you take notes of it and store it, and every time you have a doubt, you go open the notes, right? That is what AI is doing. AI is creating notes for itself right now. And the way it stores its notes is not by writing on a notepad, but creating a file name called as .md, which means markdown. Now, I'll not go deep into it. Basically, what AI is creating at this point of time is like, okay, Web have asked me to remember this. So I'm going to take notes of it and I will remember. So that next time Web says, make the prompt better, look at this. This is the document it created for itself. This is not for us. This is for AI. It created a document for itself. It's the notes that it took on what it should do. All I have to do is click on save skill. That's it, guys. Because I told AI that I want you to remember this, it took notes and also showed me the notes. Look, Weber, I took all the notes. Do you like it? Of course, I can go through it and read it, but AI is pretty good. So I just click on save and that's it. It's done. You know what I can do now? I can just open a new window and I can say, hey, I'm looking for a leave tomorrow. So could you write an email for me for getting a leave tomorrow because I'm spending the day learning AI right now. And I know this prompt is terrible. So can you make this prompt better and then give me the output, please? That's it, guys. I just spoke with AI and I said, can you make this prompt better and give me the output? So ideally, it should be able to use what? Look at this. Checking art framework skill to improve users prompt. I didn't even say art framework or anything. It remembered. Now it wrote the prompt using the art framework and finally gave me the output using the art framework as well. This, my friends, is how you can teach AI a skill and automate everything so that you don't have to go out there and basically keep giving screenshots of everything. And guys, you can create as many skills as you want. I love those hearts that are coming. Looks like people are keeping up the promise of the fact that if they like, they said they'll drop in hearts. And I see a flurry of hearts coming in. That is awesome. So guys, don't you think this is insanely powerful? A boom in the chat if you believe this is insanely powerful, where you learned not only how to write a great prompt, but actually automated it by building a simple skill. This, my friends, is the power of refine. Now, like I told you, we are still on the foundations. For you to go deeper into refine, you need to learn a lot more prompting frameworks. Like CoStar, there are 5 layers of context, pattern prompting, system versus user prompt, one task versus multiple chats, and everything around it. Right? There are a lot more prompting techniques that you can learn. There are a lot more refinement that you can do. There is something called as context engineering. There's something called as prompt engineering. There are a bunch of prompting techniques that you can learn. And top of that, we don't have the time to go into all of this, but you can not only build skills. What we built is a very simple skill. I can literally create a process of step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, and literally convert the whole thing into a skill which AI will run like an SOP for hours. I'm not even kidding. I can make AI run for hours together for it to work in tandem. And that is, my friends, the power of skills. Do you guys want to see something? Okay, I'm going to show you something. I want you to promise that you're not going to tell anyone about it. Just because I told you I can make AI run for hours, I have been building a product with AI. Right now, it is running right now as we talk about it. Look at how long it's been running. 1 day, 3 hours, 50 minutes. The task is still not over. AI is still doing the job. It has a goal and it is chasing that goal. And it's been running for 1 day, 3 hours, 50 minutes, 23 seconds. I'm using something called as Codex, which is of ChatGPT or OpenAI. And I'm building a solution right now where AI has been working continuously. It has not finished the job. It's been running continuously for 1 day, 3 hours, 50 minutes, and 39 seconds, and still working. It's probably going to run for 3 4 days. If you think that is insane, what do you think of that? This is what I mean by refining. You can get AI to work for you if you know how to make AI work for you. Now, in refining, right, there are a bunch of things that you can do. You can build skills for writing, research. You can build a bunch of skills. You can build something called as Claude projects, ChatGPT projects, Perplexity projects, Gemini gems to be able to build micro apps inside of it. You can build assistants that can do clarifying questions. You can build a much more powerful prompt engineer. Right now, we built using art framework. There are literally hundreds of prompting techniques. Using the right prompting technique for the right problem is something that is important. And you can build a skill just for that. So that AI is not only using the art framework, but it can use all the best AI frameworks that the top 1% of the world uses. This is what I mean by going deep into refine, right? Learning all of this is going to take you a lot of time. But directionally, what I'm trying to tell you is I want you to know the power of where we are heading. And hence, I'm talking about this. Okay, enough of banter. Should we take it to the next level right now? Now, what do I mean by taking it to the next level? Well, we've been prompting and doing all that good stuff for quite some time. Do you want to get into some building? How many of you want to get into some building right now? We've been prompting for quite some time. We did a lot of prompting, we built a skill, and we did whatnot, right? Now, I want to go into prompting, onto building from prompting. But as I do this building, I want you guys to teach how to think like an AI first person as well. So for that, let's take an AI, a real world example. As we're trying to build, right? I want you guys to understand a real world example. I'm going to teach you building with a real world example so that you understand how to think AI first. Guys, here's the thing. This part that you're going to learn right now is probably the most powerful thing that you have ever heard about AI or you will learn about AI. So, what I want you guys to do is to have complete focus for the next 45 minutes. Because if you guys are focused in the next 45 minutes, this will 100% change the way you work. So, keep all your distractions away. Listen to this. There is no recordings that you'll get. I want you guys to be focused because I want you guys to learn it. Because when I taught this to people in my team, to people in our community, the kind of outputs they got from AI fundamentally changed. And towards the end, I'm going to ask you a question after I teach you this bit right now. I asked you hearts last time to understand. Towards the end, once I teach you everything, I'm going to ask you if this blew your mind, and I will see your response there. Okay. Apart from that, let's not get carried away. Let's focus on how to how to learn how to build and move from prompting to building. For that, like I said, I'm going to take a real world example. What is this real world example? We're going to talk about a fictitious person who doesn't exist. Her name is Aditi. And Aditi works for Cred. And Kunal Shah and Mithun Sampath, who are the co-founders of Cred. Kunal, anyways, right now is the CEO of WhatsApp. That's a different story altogether. And just for you guys to know, Kunal Shah is also an investor in my company. So you guys should also thank Kunal for us to be able to do this. But anyways, that's not what I want to get into. The thing is, let's talk about this fictitious example of Aditi. Aditi works for Cred. And Kunal Shah told him that, look, I've gone to WhatsApp right now, but I want you to do something very important for Cred for me. Not a lot of employees are using AI inside of Cred. So Aditi, I've given you a mission, and this is Kunal telling Aditi. And the mission of Aditi is that, hey, you need to drive AI adoption inside of Cred. What does that mean? Kunal wants Aditi to help him in a way that so many employees inside of Cred use AI better to get better outcomes. So that is the job Aditi has. And the challenge is when Aditi started to think about it, saying that how will I convince people to use AI more to do their job? She just realized that most people don't understand where they stand and what they want to improve. Because you saw it. Most people think AI is ChatGPT and Claude. And I'm sure most people in Cred might also be thinking like that. This is a fictitious example, guys. This is like a simulation at this point of time. So the problem statement is for Aditi is that most of the employees inside of Cred, they don't know where they stand. They think they're very good with AI, but they actually are probably not. So Aditi has to convince them that, bro, you are okay with AI, but you can do much better. And here is how you can improve. That is what Aditi has to pull off. Now, Aditi is like, okay, what should I do? What is the solution? How can Aditi do this with thousands of employees at Cred? So Aditi came up with a solution. And you know what that solution is? She wanted to build a calculator. What is a calculator? This is a AI readiness calculator. This AI readiness calculator, where people can answer 10 to 15 questions about how they use AI. There'll be a form. They fill those questions based on how they use AI, and this calculator will calculate and tell them how good they are with AI. That does sound like a good idea, guys. We build a calculator. Aditi is going to build a calculator where people can enter questions, answers of questions that Aditi has given. And after they enter the questions, this tool will give that person a report on where they stand. How good are they with AI? That is the tool that Aditi wants to build. Her idea is an AI readiness calculator, basically a tool that can measure how good an employee is with AI, benchmark how good they are versus the rest of the world, and also it recommends what they should do next to get even better. Now, how will Aditi build this? Let's. Do you guys want me to build it right now? Do you guys want me to build it right now? Let's imagine Aditi is on the call. And I know she's fictitious, but let's imagine Aditi is on the call and let us teach Aditi how I would go about building this. You guys ready? Awesome, 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 awesome. All right, guys. One very important thing for you to understand. Let's do it live. Okay, let's absolutely do this live. Right. But one thing to understand, when I want to build something like this, where I want to measure employees' readiness, how will I measure employees' readiness? How will I know how good they are after they enter the questions? How will I know how good of an answers are they giving? I have zero idea. So I'm going to ask AI to tell me how should I measure. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to come to Claude. Okay, I'm going to open a new chat and I'm going to tell Claude, hey, so here's the thing. I'm building an AI adoption, tool, which is for assessment tool. It scores a person on how well or how good they do when it comes to using AI at work, and shows them a percentage or a percentile versus everyone else. That is rest of the world, the best people who use AI. I want the scoring to be backed by real data and real research, not just vibes. So I want to know like what is the right research papers and reports that I can read to be able to build this. So tell me what all research reports from the last 2 years I should read to build this tool, and how should I go about doing this research? Because I have no idea. This is the problem that I want to solve. I have no idea. I believe that I need to read a lot of research reports to understand how other people are using AI so that I can build this tool for my team. So can you help me how I should go about doing this research and what all I should read about it? There you go, guys. I ask a simple question. And because this is an important task for me, I'm going to jump from Sonnet to Opus. And probably I'm going to go my effort to high because this is an important task for me, right? It cannot go wrong. It's not an email anymore. So there you go. I ask a very simple question. I'm building an AI adoption. I want to know a tool. And I basically am asking AI, where should I learn about this? What all reports should I read to understand how I should build this calculator? Because it's not just about building the calculator, right? The calculator should also be able to do research on my behalf. So there you go. I just asked this question very quickly. And it's reading a bunch of things on my behalf very quickly. Okay, let us wait. So AI is literally quickly reading the reports. I don't need it to read the reports for me. I just have to say that do this research for me. In fact, hey, instead of asking AI to do the research, should we just ask AI to give me a prompt which will allow me to do the research? Okay, look at this. Good news. This is a solvable problem. The reason it feels vague is that you're treating as a one research question, blah, blah, blah. The four questions which tool should answer, these are all the questions. The gap upfront, blah, blah, blah. All of this, the reading list, it's giving me the full gyan, okay, on what I should do about doing the research. Now, I don't have the patience to do the research. So I'm simply going to say something like this. Hey, can you convert this whole thing into a prompt? Because I don't know how to use a prompt, so you can use the prompt generator or prompt creator that you have. Convert this into a prompt for doing a deep research inside of my Claude, so that you can do all the research for me on my behalf and give me the report. So build that prompt for me, which will allow me to do a very deep research to find all this information so that I don't have to read it. Claude will do all the work for me. There you go, guys. So basically, it told me what I should do right now. It has asked me to read so many things. I don't have the patience, not the time. It's basically saying it's going to take me 2 weeks just to do research. I'm like, no way in hell, bro. I don't have 2 weeks to sit and do research. You do the research. So what did I say? Okay, you know what? I don't have the time to do the research. So you create a prompt for me with which I will use you to do the research. And look at that. It has started to create a very, very extensive prompt from me. How cool is that? Now, once it creates the prompt, I can simply ask Claude to do all this research for me. As simple as that. And as this comes up, right, let me show you something. When it comes to research, when it comes to reading a lot of stuff on the internet, there is something called as research as an option. This is basically, if you click on this add button, right, there's an option for you to get Claude into a research mode. And the moment it gets into that mode, right, it will be able to read literally hundreds of articles on the internet at a record time. It's basically a research agent. It's like a mini research employee. There you go. It gave me a very long prompt. I just copy this, come to Claude. I'll basically turn on the research, which I've done right now, paste this, and basically click on the send button. That's all I have to do. I want to do the research. I used our skill that we created to write the prompt. And now once I've done that, I've come back to Claude and I selected the research agent, and I basically said, here's the prompt, do the research for me. Now, let me be very frank. This is going to go on probably for the next 10 to 15 minutes. And I don't want to waste any of your time waiting to see how the research is. Because Aditi wants to learn really quick, like all of you people as well. So I got this done sometime back. I got this research done sometime back, guys. And that is the AI adoption. I gave the same prompt to Claude, which is super long, right? And this is what Claude did. You can see it literally ran for 10 minutes and it went through all these sources. Look at this, 179 sources. It literally read 225 articles in 10 minutes. Guys, do you believe this is humanly possible for us to read so many articles in 10 minutes? This probably would have taken me 1 year to read everything. But Claude read everything. All this, after 10 minutes, it created this report for me. How cool is this? Now, I've got the research report, but I have to sit and read this report to build the tool. And then I also have to build the tool. So I'm like, dude, how can I get AI to do all the work for me? So what we're going to do right now is we're going to convert this report into a tool. How many of you guys are interested to know that? I spoke about productize, if you remember, and making and productizing. Now the report has come from research. This is great. Now I want to take it to the next level where I basically convert this report into a damn tool. Now, you have to understand one thing, that for me to be able to build this tool, I can use a platform called as Claude Design. Now that I have this report, I can simply copy this tool, copy this research, click on the sidebar, and if you scroll down, there is something called as design right here. This is an agent for designing and building tools inside of Claude. It's very powerful. I'm going to select Claude Design. I'm going to click on that, and this system opens up. And inside of this, I want to tell you one thing. Aditi works for Cred. So her app should look like an app from Cred. So when I open Cred website looks like this. And when Aditi builds the app should look like the Cred website, right? And it should not look like Swiggy website. So how do I make sure I build an app, but that also looks similar to that of Cred. And that is what Claude Design can do. So the first thing that I will do is I will teach Claude Design how to build products like Cred so that the design style is similar to Cred on whatever I'm building. So first I will teach Claude how to design like Cred. So I come to Claude Design. You see this you see this design system right here. Usually this is what you will see. You'll see this design system right here. That is right here. I tap on this and click on this little add button. I can click on this add button and click on create here. And all I have to do is inside of this box that I have, right? Inside this box, I just have to copy the creds URL right here. And I can say replicate the design system for me. Now it can do a decent job, but if I want AI to be able to do a very good job, to be able to replicate the style of design of Cred, I basically have to download Cred's website and give it to AI. If I download Cred's website and give it to AI, AI can go through Cred's website and understand it better because it cannot download it itself. So to download the Cred website, I can just go to like, I don't know, Perplexity, and I can search for website downloader online. I just search for website downloader online. I want a tool that can download a website. And here comes a tool called as Save Web to Zip. I open that tool and I need to download Cred website, right? I copy the Cred URL and I paste it inside of this. I'm going to select everything. I don't care what it means. And I click on save. Now what it's going to do, this I've used save web to zip, is that this tool is going to download the Cred website, which is just did. Here it is. The Cred website is now downloaded. Now I want AI to learn how to design like Cred. So you can see there's an option called as link code to your computer. So all I do is I just drag and drop it inside of this. That's it, guys. I drag and drop it. I don't know if it worked. So I'm just gonna select this properly. Okay, give me a second. Maybe I have to open this, unzip it, and there you go. I'm gonna drag and drop it right here. Okay, I'm hoping it has picked up right now. I'm gonna do it again. Sorry about it. Okay, there you go. I was uploading it in the wrong folder and none of you guys told me that I'm uploading it in the wrong place. Okay. So there is link code on your computer. So what I did, I used this free tool to download Cred website. Once I got the folder, I basically just uploaded the Cred website and I'll say build the Cred design system. And that's it, guys. I uploaded the website, I click on this, and it will, if I click on this generate button, it will basically take 5 minutes to generate the whole Cred design system. It will take 5 minutes, and all of a sudden, it will have the ability to replicate the style of Cred's design. Are you clear so far what we just did? We just downloaded Cred's website, gave it to Claude Design, and we basically said, go through the Cred website and understand how Cred designs. What is the logo? What is the font? What is the style? And all that good stuff. So now Aditi knows how you can teach anyone how to use or how to replicate the style of design of any company. Now that we have done that, I come back to Claude Design. Okay, this will go on for 5 minutes. So I'm going to stop it. I've done this before, and you can see this. There's a design system called as Cred design system that I've already created. Now that I've created the Cred design system, we also had the research, right? Where is the research? Oh, we're still researching here. Let's say okay, just give me a second. Let me pull that old one because is this the research? No. I had done the research before, no? So that's what I'm trying to find. Okay, I think this is the one. There you go, guys. This is the old research that Claude had already done. So I'm going to copy this research right here, come back to this design system right here, paste the whole research. There you go. It is pasted right now. And I will just write a prompt here using my voice. I use a tool called as Whisperflow. Okay. So I have shared a research of, of how people use AI and AI adoption. What I want you to build is a web app, which is basically an assessment calculator tool using CRED. What I want this app to be is you should be able to ask a bunch of questions to users based on the research. And once they answer these questions, you should be able to give them a score on where they stand from 1 to 100 or whatever that is, or what percentile do they stand in with respect to AI versus the world. The research has all the information that you need to understand for people to be able to, for you to be able to rate people. So use all this information to build this tool for me. That's it, guys. I've given the research. I basically said, okay, I'm going to just get rid of this line. I basically will say, I basically said, build me a tool with this research so that I can get the tool out there. I just put this information. I click on the send button. That's it. Claude is using the CRED design system. So it will design like CRED. We have given it the research. Now it can literally build the tool for me. It's asking me a bunch of questions on how long should the assessment be, because you have to ask a bunch of questions. I will say long. Should we collect segment info? I will say yes. What style of questions do you want? I will say decide for me. Which results do you want on screen? Overall score. I want everything on my screen. It's asking me a bunch of questions, guys. I can just say decide for me and I can click on continue because it wants to know what you're building. So I put all the research and I basically said convert this into an AI adoption assessment tool. And it has started to do the work. Now, it will work for 25 to 30 minutes. And both of us don't have the time for that. So, what do we do? Well, here's the thing, guys. I have built this some time back. Do you guys want to see the output that I got from this when I built it? When I built it yesterday, this is the output that it came with. You can see I gave similarly a same prompt, right? Gave all the research files, and this is what it came up with. I'm going to do a in the tab full screen so you can see the full experience of the app. And look at this. Look at how beautiful the design is. This is CRED design style completely. Everyone uses AI now. Almost no one is good at it. Find out where you stand. I'll click on that. It's asking me a bunch of questions. Where do you sit? Okay. It's asking me for roles. Now, how often do you use AI? A few times in a month. Before you use AI output, it's asking me a bunch of questions, guys, like it should. Now, I'm going to quickly answer, randomly select bunch of answers right here so that I can see how you can see how many, it's total of 20 questions it's asking. And look at this. It gave me a score. The tool basically gave me a score of 512 out of 900. It's calling me the prompts ladder. I'm in the top 75% worldwide. And on top of that, it's telling me where I stand in the prompts framework. I'm basically in the pick phase of the framework. It's also telling me what is my next level from pick and what I should do and how I should spend my time to continue my learning and what are the tools that I should learn as well. The whole tool was built end to end by basically CRED design at this point of time. Isn't that just insane? I asked you if you like what you're going to see, what are you going to put me in the chat? If you think this was mind blowing, drop a MB in the chat. We got AI to basically what? We got AI to operate by doing research for us. Then we got Claude Code to make the design of the assessment and scoring. And finally, we literally can build the product as well. How crazy is this? How crazy is this? This, my friends, is the power of AI. This is the power of you moving from operate to make to productize. We basically had an idea, which was Aditi's idea. And for us to accomplish this idea, we needed to do research. So we got AI to do the research, then use that research to build a solution. And then we use that solution to productize that into a full product using Claude Design. In fact, there is one more thing that I can do. For this app to be available for everyone, what I can do is I can click on this share button and click on Claude Core, or I can literally download the HTML file as well. If I click on Claude Code, it can build it into a production app and give you an URL as well. Or if you want to download the HTML, you can download the HTML as well. That, my friends, is the power of everything that you're learning. Guys, was this insane? Drop a boom in the chat. I hope you're getting a lot of value from everything that you're seeing at this point of time. Yes? Awesome. Great. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing that all of us should understand. We had one idea, we built it end to end using Claude. But you know what? What you just learned is not just OMP of the prompts framework, because what we just did was operate, make, and productize together. Right? That is what we quickly learned. We quickly learned all the three levels together. But what you just learned is not just the OMP framework. You've witnessed how an AI first professional solves a real problem. We took a real problem and we solved it like an AI first professional. I hope this gave you a glimpse of how you should be working and how your mind should be working when you're thinking about becoming AI first. Are we clear with that? Drop in a heart so that I know both of us are on the same page. Are you able to understand and comprehend what being AI first is with this? Incredible. Guys, look, in Operate, if I go deep into it, you need to learn a bunch of things. Things like MCPs, how you can connect bunch of tools. What we did to right now is a simple example of using multiple AI tools to put together. And as you try and test out more tools, you'll be able to operate much better. But you have to go deeper into all of this. There's so many things that you can do in this workflows. For business analysts, the workflow will be different. For market strategy, the workflow will be different. For careers, the workflow will be different. And look, you need to spend a lot of time to learn all of this. We also learned Make, where we designed this landing page or the website right now for the app. But Make is not just about this. I will recommend everyone who wants to become AI first to learn about image generation, to learn about video generation, to learn about audio generation, to put everything together. There are a bunch of frameworks like Narrative DNA, Object Idea Story Optimize, pre-production and post, image prompt to what appears, video prompt to how it works. You should learn all of this, and you should also play with tools like Kriya, Seed Dance, Kling, Eleven Labs, Suno, Cardboard for you to expand your scope of learning. And finally, in Productize on level 5, you learn how to build products end to end. Here, what I will strongly recommend is, even if you're not a software engineer, I want you guys to open your brains in capabilities to saying that, hey, Aditi was not a software engineer. Aditi was given a job of AI adoption. She figured out and used AI to solve the problem. And that is why I wanted to take a non-technical person's example on how a non-technical person is solving a problem by building products. Guys, all of problem solvers need to be great product builders, because building products solves real problem. And you now don't just need to be an engineer to be able to solve problems. Are we on the same page? Every one of us have had ideas in our past where you wanted to build products. Most of us didn't know how to code. Today, that is no more a reason, because when you learn tools like Codex, Anti-Gravity, Google AI Studio, Rock, Emergent, Cursor, when you learn tools like this, you can literally build anything that you want to. And let me make this very clear. It doesn't matter if you're a software engineer or you're not. And these are the kind of things I will recommend everyone to learn. Now, moving on, let's come back to Aditi for a second. Let's say Aditi built this incredible tool. Okay. She shared it with all the employees, and all the employees filled all the information. And you know what? She got a lot of data on an Excel sheet on who the employee is, what are the skill set is, and everything around it. Now, what will she do with this data? She needs to understand and present it to Kunal Shah. Hey, Kunal, I went through all this data, and this is where our org stands today. But that is a dump of data of a Google sheet in a Google sheet right now. And all of that is basically lying in a folder on the computer of Aditi, which is data cred. This is the data that Aditi has right now on an Excel sheet. And she has to present this information to Kunal in form of some form. This is all the data. Look at this. It's all the data that Aditi picked up. Of course, guys, this is fake data. I just made it up so that you can see the example. Now, you could say that, hey, I don't know how to analyze data. So Aditi could be like, I'll give it to my data scientist. Well, in the world of AI, you don't have to give it to a data scientist because you know what? You have a data scientist up your grabs. Claude or any of the AI tools are incredible data scientists. How do we get AI to work as a data scientist for me or like a mini employee? That is where trigger comes into the picture, where we start automating work. Instead of doing stuff manually, we start automating it. And for trigger, we're going to use a very special tool called as Claude Cowork. Cowork also became the tool, also became the reason for market IT index crashing. That is how powerful this tool is because Cowork is like a mini AI employee. You can give it a goal, you can give it a bunch of files, you can give it access to your computer and it can do a task. Do you guys want to see live how Cowork works and how Aditi can convert all this data that we just saw into an incredible dashboard which has a lot of visualizations? Yes? All right. For that, this time, instead of going to the Claude app on the website, you need to download the Claude app on your Windows or your Mac. Once you download this, the reason why I say that is the app inside of Windows or Mac is a lot more powerful. And the reason what makes it a lot more powerful is the Claude desktop app can literally use your computer. How do I do that? Well, we are on Claude right now, and I'm going to select this option called as Cowork. Once I select this option as Cowork, there is something called as project or folder right here. I can literally give access to Claude a folder on my computer. So I can click on this. Okay. I can click on choose a different folder, go to my desktop and look at this. There's a folder called this data of credit. I can select that and click on open. And you know what? Now Claude can literally work on that folder for me. Give me a second. Just give me a second. All right. There were some files that were there. I wanted to delete it. Okay. So guys, the moment I selected the folder, Claude all of a sudden has access to a folder inside of my computer. As a result, Claude has access to this Excel sheet that is on my computer as well. Now, what can I do? I can literally say, hey, I want you to act like an expert data scientist and data visualizer. In the folder that I've given you access to, there is a ton of data. All right, a ton of data about a study that I recently did inside of my company to understand AI adoption inside of my company. I want you to go through all of that data and build me a super extensive dashboard, which I can present it to my CEO, talking about all the learnings that I've had from the data that I collected from all the employees about AI adoption. There you go. I just gave the prompt and I click on send button. Now, as it is building, guys, this is co-work. Okay. This is like an employee. This is like an employee that you have access to. And this employee can literally use your computer. You can see it is going through the task. What it will do is once it understands the task, it is probably writing a bunch of code right now. Look at that to access the files. Once it accesses the file, right, you will be able to see it is writing some instructions all by itself. I don't have to do anything. It will import the file as well inside of context very soon all by itself. And it will create a series of tasks that it needs to do to execute this task for me. So Cowork will get into action and start doing this. Look at this. Before I build, I will read the workbook's own sheet and look at that. It has created a task saying analyze response data, build HTML dashboard, write one page executive plan, and verify every number against outputs for the source data. So I didn't do anything. I just gave a task to this employee. I gave it access to my computer. Inside of my computer, inside of folder, the data was present. Now, this cowork, which is a mini employee, is working on that data to execute the whole task for me. It created a checklist. It's going to do one task at a time and execute the whole work for me. Again, this will pretty much go on for good 10 minutes, right? So I literally built this sometime back And let me show you. This is what it ended up building, guys. Okay, for whatever result it's loading, I can just say it's saying failed to load. For whatever reason, maybe I moved. Oh, I deleted the file. Okay, let me try this again. There you go. There you go, guys. There you go. This is the dashboard that Claude ended up building from the data of AI adoption. It took about 10 minutes, but look at this. From all the data, like an expert data visualizer, it literally built this dashboard. I can look at, make it on full screen. It has departments that I can select, which department is doing well. I can select seniority, which location, what access do they have, all frequencies and all levels. And it's able to give me data that it collected from the report in this beautiful visualization. Claude did all of this end to end. I just gave it access to a folder inside of my computer, and Claude did the whole thing end to end. Isn't this insane? Isn't this insane? This is how you can get an AI employee to literally work for you. Guys, you can change your messages to everyone if you want to send messages that everybody can see. But you get the idea. You literally get the idea. Guys, if you think this was mind blowing, drop a MB in the chat. Drop a MB in the chat if you're thinking this is mind blowing. And folks, that is what level 6 trigger is all about. Now, finally, when it comes to trigger, you can do so many things that's not even funny. You can automate your emails. You can automate your calendar. You can get AI to draft responses and reply to emails. You can get AI to act like your, AI executive assistant. You can literally automate anything that you imagine, and you can learn tools like Zapier, Make, Pabbly, Power Automate, Copilot. Right now, what we did is with Cowork, which is the simplest thing that I can teach you. But the kind of stuff that you can do with this is just mind blowing, guys. But there is something that is missing. What is that? We call Cowork as an AI employee. But you know what? For an AI employee to do a real job, it needs access to a lot of tools, right? It needs access to a lot of tools so that it can take action. But Claude here just had access to data. What if your job revolves around using multiple tools on the internet to be able to do the job? That is what an AI employee should be able to use. The AI employee should be able to use the same website that you're using, same app that you're using, same everything that you're using so that it can execute everything end to end. Let us build a simple AI employee right now. And that is what synthesizing is all about. You learned how to write prompts. You learned how to use tools. You learned how to produce. You learned how to build products. You learned how to basically do automation as well. Now, let's put everything together into an AI system or an incredible AI employee. And do you know what I'm going to teach you in Synthesize? I'm going to teach you how you can build a mini AI employee which can do job hunting for all of you people. It will find relevant jobs for you. It will filter out the jobs for you. It will rewrite your resume based on the job that is out there. It will fill the applications on your behalf and send the resume so that it can do the whole stuff end to end. How many of you guys want to learn how to build an AI employee? Drop in a heart. This is what I wanted to teach you in Synthesize. And this is literally the foundation, like I told you. Let us build it right now, guys. Okay. For that, I'm going to go to Claude. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to use Cowork again because Cowork is the most powerful thing. Right. And I literally don't have to use any folder for that matter in this case. So I can leave it as is. Okay. And now what I can do is I can do something like this. Okay. I want AI to apply jobs for me, right? I'm going to just upload my resume. Give it a second. There you go. I'm going to upload my resume and I want AI to look for jobs for me. So how will AI look for jobs for me? Well, all of you guys know Indeed.com. Indeed.com is the platform where you can look for jobs, apply, and whatnot. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give Claude access to my Indeed. How do I do that? Well, if you click on this add button, Claude has something called as connectors. And if you go to manage connectors, you can basically connect a lot of apps directly to Claude. And one of the app that I've already connected, if you see this, I've connected a bunch of them, is Indeed. I've already connected Indeed directly to my Claude. When I connected it for the first time, how do I connect? Well, I click on this add button, go to connectors, and I just click on add connectors. And inside of that, I can click on Indeed and I will be able to connect. It'll ask me to log in. I already did that and I have connected Indeed. And you can see this, the checkbox is on. So my Claude account has access to Indeed. So I can say something like this. I actually don't need Fable for this. I'm going to go to Sonnet 5. It's enough. And I'm going to say, hey, I've shared my resume with you. I want you to act like an expert career advisor for me. Go through my whole resume and hunt me for jobs that I can apply. What I want you to do is I want you to look for jobs which fits my profile because I've shared my resume so you can know what I'm good at, what I'm not good at. Use my resume to find me AI first jobs. I want to only do AI first jobs going forward. So find me AI first jobs that I can apply for. And I'm looking for jobs in the US, UK, Canada, or somewhere else. But I want it to be remote so that I can sit out of India and do the job. But I get paid in US dollars. So find me a remote job outside of India for me, which I can apply from India and do the work while being in India. I'm absolutely okay to work in the US hours or Europe hours. That's not a problem. Guys, there you go. I just explained what I want. Okay, that's it. I click on the send button. You know what Indeed will with what this app will do right now? The app, which is Claude Cowork, now has access to my Indeed account. So it will go through my LinkedIn, I mean, go through my Instagram, sorry, not Instagram, not LinkedIn, my resume that I've uploaded, understand what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, and then use all that information to actually look for job roles that I can apply inside of Indeed based on the instructions that I told you. Look at this. It's asking me a few questions. I was a senior leadership, AI native startups. Ask me a few follow-up questions. It'll look for the right roles and literally tell me some of the roles that I can apply for. Look at this. It is searching for VP and head of growth roles. It's searching in UK, in US, in Canada, and it'll compile a shortlist and present it to me. And look at this. It has started to use Indeed. You can see this. It has started to search directly inside of Indeed via API. I don't need to do anything, guys. It's all happening automatically. I don't need to break my head at all. And it's doing the full job all by itself. It's doing research inside of Indeed, understanding what are the jobs that I can apply for, and maybe in like good 5 minutes, it should be able to give me a list of jobs that I can apply today, which are a very good fit for me. So what I just solved right now is I use something called as MCP or connectors. MCP is called as Model Context Protocol. MCP or connectors are the way that you can connect your tools that you use on an everyday level to an AI so that an AI can do the job that you're doing. Do you understand? And that is where we used connectors. I used Cowork because it can do all this evaluation for me and can run this task for me every single day. And that is what we're doing right now. Look at this. It has already found all of this. And guys, look at this. It gave me a bunch of roles. Strong fit is quadrant. Next is Zest AI. These are some weaker roles. Honest read on search. It did all this research for me and came up with 2 job roles that it thinks I am a very strong fit for. Now that it came up with this, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to basically say, hey, can you do one thing for me? Can you rewrite my resume for Quadrant and Zest AI, which you think are very good fit? Go through the job description, read my resume, and rebuild the whole of my resume for these 2 roles, personalized, and save those resumes in the folder on my desktop that you have access to, so that I can use my resume to apply for these jobs later. Guys, so what am I saying? While Claude did research using Indeed and found me two very good roles that I can apply for. Of course, I can ask it to give me 100 roles and it'll give me all the 100 roles. Now I'm asking it to do a little more job for me. I'm literally asking it, can you redesign my resume? These are the two roles that I want to apply for. I've already given my resume to you. Redesign this resume so that it fits for the specific role. You guys all know that if you want to increase your odds of getting a chance to get an interview, you have to personalize the resume for that job description. Yes, instead of doing it myself, let's say if you're applying for 100 roles, it's very hard to do it. So I get my AI to do it for me. I gave it the job description, it has my resume. Now look at this, it is literally building two tailored resumes for me by creating two new resumes for me all by itself. And you know what it will do? Once it will create, I asked it to save it in my desktop folder. So it's going to literally save it to my desktop folder right now once it creates it all by itself. Guys, if you like what you're seeing, drop a boom in the chat. If you just like what you're seeing, are you able to expand your thought process on what is possible with AI? I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, perfect. Guys, you know what? This will go on. This will go on forever and will literally create the whole thing for us. And I'll show you how to create the whole thing for us in just a while because this is going to take me I think it's going to take about 5 to 10 minutes to be able to do the job. And I've not done this before. So I will do it right now and I'll show you. But meanwhile, let's get back to our stuff right now. So, what we just learned at this point of time is basically synthesize, where we got AI, gave it access to tools, gave it a task, and it literally is at this point of time acting like an AI employee. Look at this, still doing the job, acting like an AI employee for us to do all the task for us. Guys, synthesize is all about putting your brain, memory, skills, and tools all together to be able to orchestrate like a rock star. Here is where you should learn how to build an AI employees. What I showed you is a very basic employee. Can I tell you one thing? One of the AI employees that I have basically helps me to create content on my LinkedIn. You know what it does? It researches hundreds of articles on the internet, reads all my Slack to understand what I'm telling people. Once it found the top articles that it should create, it comes up with 10 of them. It compares these 10 articles to 300 different LinkedIn posts that I've created in the past to understand if any of similar articles have worked well in the past for me, identifies the top three articles, and once it does it, it reads and watches all my podcasts in my behalf. It's not one employee, it's a team of employees that I've built. So it goes and watches literally 30, 40 podcasts that I've done to find snippets of information. If I've told anything about that topic in one of the podcasts, pulls that information and then gives me a phone call at 9 o'clock in the morning saying, Webhav, these are the three topics that I've selected for today. Do you have any personal thoughts? If I say, hey, this is what I think about this topic, this is what I think about the topic, it literally calls on my phone. Once I answer it, it takes that information and then I have given it a skill where it writes exactly like me. It writes all the three LinkedIn posts to me for me and sends it on my LinkedIn by 10 a.m. in the morning so that when I wake up, I have three incredible LinkedIn posts ready. When I'm in the gym, I read all the three LinkedIn posts, whichever is good, I post it on my LinkedIn. This is one of the AI employee that I've built. These are the kind of things that you need to learn how to build. And you can build. You don't need to know how to write a single line of code for you to be able to do all of this all by yourself. And look at this, guys. As we are talking, look at this. We have both the resumes ready right here. I can open any of them and you can see this. The whole resume is personalized for the role that I've given. In fact, now that it is connected to Indeed, I can literally say apply for these jobs and will literally go inside of Indeed and apply for the jobs for me. I don't want to apply for any job right now, so I'm not going to say. All I have to say is apply these jobs using the resume I have shared. That's it. And click on the send button. It will start applying for the job, which I don't want. So I'm not doing it. But you can finish the whole process of finding the job, writing your resumes, and doing all of that. So basically, what we built is a micro AI employee inside of our Claude account. So, guys, that, my friends, is the prompts framework. But we are not done yet. Remember, I told you that I'm going to drop a massive surprise towards the end. We will get to that right now. Before I get to the surprise, let us quickly remember everything that we have done so far so that you can continue to start building. So, what did we start with? We started with pick, where we chose the right AI models. Then we refined our output by doing prompt engineering using the art framework. Then we operated by building an automation sequence, make and productize, where we built that tool of AI adoption. Then we set up a trigger where we did data analysis. And finally, we synthesized all the information by building a workflow to apply jobs for us. In fact, look for jobs for us and apply for jobs for us as well. Guys, this, my friends, is the power. I love the hearts that are coming. This is the power of prompts framework. I'll get to the surprise very, very soon, guys. Have some patience, okay? But here's how AI first looks like. Pick intelligently, refine deliberately, operate systematically, make creatively, productize useful ideas, trigger recurring tasks, and synthesize the complete AI system. Now that you have gone through the whole sequence, now you know how an AI first employee looks like. Guys, how accomplished are you feeling from a scale of 1 to 10 now that we have gone through all of this in the last 90 minutes? How accomplished do you feel? Let me know in the chat. Incredible. I love it. I love it. Everybody's like 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10. Incredible. Can I tell you one thing? What you learn today usually takes people months to attempt. And the crazy part is that you just learned the foundation. You've seen how AI first professional works. How many of you guys want to become one? You've started this journey, you don't want to stop. You want to continue learning and truly become an AI first individual. Drop a boom in the chat if that is you. Drop a boom in the chat if that is you. You see, as I'm talking about this, I already gave you the roadmap on a high level. We spoke about the roadmap. You're going to get the notes and everything around it as well. But having the roadmap and completing the journey are two different things. Obviously, right? I know you have seen how to become, how an AI first professional can work. If you like us to help you to become one, go deeper, learn crazy stuff, not just the foundation layer that you learn, but also things that I showed you, the kind of stuff that is possible, the kind of things that you can learn to 10x yourself. How many of you guys want to 10x yourself? Drop a comment 10x and you want us to teach you how to get there. 10x in the chat, guys. If you guys really want to 10x yourself. Guys, here's the thing. We at Outskill have built something that can help you to truly get started with your AI first journey. How many of you guys want to know about what we have built? Give me a heart. We have built something incredible. You know what that is? We have built an incredible program called as the Generative AI Bootcamp. It is basically a 3-day bootcamp to help you become an AI first professional. It is the same program that Funny showed you in the beginning. It's on our website. If you go to Explore Programs, click on the 3-day Generative AI Mastermind, you will be able to land on it. And we made it as affordable as possible for most of the people. It is priced at 10,000 rupees. But today, since all of you guys stuck around, learned so much, we are going to offer the same generative AI bootcamp for the first 50 people only for an insane price of 1,999 rupees. If you like what you just heard, drop in a heart. It's 1,999 rupees or $99. We literally wanted to make it as affordable as possible so that it will become a no-brainer, but this price will be valid for the first 50 people only. And I'll tell you one crazy part. Because we are so confident, we didn't only crash the price from 10,000 rupees to just 2,000 rupees, we also did something crazy. For people who will be managing to join at 2,000 rupees today, the first 50 people, they will also get a 100% money back guarantee. You join the program today by paying 2000 rupees. You attend the day one. I told you it's a 3-day program. You attend the day one and you're like, nope, this is not good enough for me. You can just write an email to us before the day two begins. No questions asked. We will refund you 100% of the money. In spite of giving you a crazy discount, we're literally doing a 100% money back guarantee and you attend the one full day for free. So you try the day one. If you don't like it for whatever reason, you can request your money back. Guess what? For people who pay 10,000 rupees also, they have the same option. Less than 1% of people, in fact, it's like literally 0.3% of people literally request for their money back because that's how incredible the program is. How many of you guys are interested to join this program? At this insane price, which will be valid only for 50 people, first 50 people. After that, you will have to pay the full price of 10,000 by directly going into the website. But before even we get there, before even you get the opportunity to join the program, I wanted to tell you some information so that you can take an informed call. What is that? This program is done in partnership with National Skill Development Corporation of India or Skill India. We literally have partnered with the government of India, because of which, for people who finish this program, they will literally get a certificate from Skill India. And that is exactly why this program is exempted from GST as well. And for folks who are interested about this, who are interested about this program, you guys are wondering, I want to do this 3-day program. When does it start? Here's the dates, guys. The cohort 1 and cohort 2, there are 2 dates that you have right on your screen. These are 2 dates available. You can pick any of the dates that you like. These are the dates. Let me quickly refresh just to make sure that the dates are updated. Oh, there you go. These are the dates, guys. This is the cohort 1 date. This is the cohort 2 dates that are coming up. You can select any of the dates that you want. And like you can see, the sessions happens over weekends. It's a 3-day session, almost 21 hours of live session, right? Saturday, Sunday and Monday, Indian Standard Time. On Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. full day. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. full day. And Monday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. These are the dates that are available. These are 2 slots that you can pick up. And whichever slot you pick up, that's fine. And that is the 2 dates of it. On top of that, I wanted to make sure that you have peace of mind. So let's say these 2 cohort dates don't work for you. It's not a problem. Let's say 1 day, 2 days, 3 days before the cohort is starting, you suddenly have some work. We can move your cohort for free once, shift you to any of the future cohorts for no extra cost. We literally do 2 cohorts every single month. And for whatever reason, if this cohort doesn't work, you can literally move to a future cohort. We only do that, allow you once and for free. And on top of that, guys, I'm not sharing the payment link yet. I want to tell you all the information before you can take the call. Right? I want you guys to take an informed decision. As a result, I want to tell you everything about it. Then we will share the link. I know the 50 seats will go away in no time, but that's the flash offer that we wanted to run for you, right? For action takers. Now, like I told you, it's flexible by design. On top of that, something that I wanted to tell you is this course is not one more, hey, I will buy the course and watch it later. All of us have bought enough courses that we have never completed. So this, my friends, is an AI implementation experience. You get to implement everything. As a result, we will not be giving you recordings. You will not get recordings of this session because you need to learn by being live. You watch products being built, agents being built, automations being built. You will have breaks where you can ask questions to mentors. You can build alongside the mentors with guided workbooks. And literally by end of 3 days, we want you to be able to not just learn, but do everything. So it is going to happen completely live. We do not provide recordings. For whatever reason, if those dates don't work for you and you realize 1 day before that, we can move you to a future cohort as well. But we don't provide recordings. Guys, here is the payoff, right? You have to give us 1 weekend of yours. And I can guarantee you will learn more about generative AI than 95% of the world. I know there are a lot of people here who realize one thing very clearly. The price, at least for the first 50 people that we have, is not very expensive. Almost everyone can afford it. But you know what is more expensive? That's your time. And that is the investment you're making. You invest a weekend with us, we will make sure we are putting you on the top 95% of the world when it comes to AI. Now, with that being said, you got the dates, the team has shared the dates, you understood the timings, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. On Saturday and Sunday, we have 7 to or morning to evening, and on Monday, you have post 7 p.m. session. This is how it works. Let us understand what you will learn over the course of 3 days and when will it happen. So, guys, on day one, which is going to be a Saturday, the session number one, which will start from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., is all about understanding foundations of AI, understanding things like tokenization, understanding the right AI models. We'll explore a tool called as Open Router. We will teach you literally 10 different AI tools, good for content, good for design, good for brainstorming, good for research, good for networking. There are specialized tools that we will teach you for all these things so that you can, good for data analysis, good for Excel, good for building presentations. We'll teach you all the AI tools and we'll help you to build a AI toolkit as well. So you literally learn like 20 different tools in just the session one. We help you to build a toolkit where you're learning pick. Then we teach you how to convert a real problem into an AI product. Even if you don't know how to code, this session in the next 2.5 hours will teach you how you'll be able to build a solution end to end without writing a single line of code. You will think about planning the product, you'll think about writing prompts, and you'll get into an AI tool like Lovable, Bolt, Cursor, Anti Gravity to be able to build the product end to end. We teach you the skill of productizing to a very next level. Today we basically scratched the surface. Here you're going to go much deeper. Focus 2 hours dedicated on this. The session three on day one is about AI workflows. Today, I showed you a very simple workflow where we did research on Claude, went to Claude Design and built it. It was just two different tools. What you're going to learn here are deeper stuff. Things on how you can connect, I don't know, like things like your Zerodha account, your emails, your calendars, your all the tools that you use to be able to automate your workflows and do stuff right here. We're going to learn a bunch of tools like Superjoin, Perplexity Computer, advanced stuff with using Notebook LM and whatnot. This is day one, guys. On day two, we're going to teach you how to build your own AI assistants or micro AI employees. This is a session that where I teach you, where I have built an employee for myself, which writes content for me and asks me questions by giving me a phone call, like I told you. What I'm going to teach you on this session is not just how to build one employee. I'm going to teach you how to make a team for yourself, 15, 20 AI agents to work together to execute the task for you. It's like you will learn how to build an AI system or an AI employee right here. I also teach you how you can build a voice agent which can make phone calls and talk to you. I'll also teach you how to build an AI assistant app for your own workspace and so many other things is what you're going to learn on this, where you're going to learn AI assistants, AI agents, and an AI employee. And finally, on the second session, which will happen, this session you can see is quite extensive. It goes on for 4.5 hours, but it's incredible. People love it. On the next session on day two, which is taken by an incredible mentor, you will learn how to automate things. Remember triggers? You learn tools like Make, Zapier, Appify, where you'll be able to literally automate things like replying to your emails, replying to your messages, and incredible customer success tickets and things like that on session. You learn how to do AI automations. And finally, on day three, we want to also teach you everything about image, video, audio, and everything around it. So that is what we teach you on day three here, where you'll get a very good sense of how to make a stunning AI video where the audio will be AI, the visuals will be AI, the video that will be generated using AI, so that you truly become AI first. You go from P to S and you learn the whole prompts framework in 21 hours live. And here's the crazy part, guys. I could not do justice talking about everything here. Just for you to get a glimpse, these are all the AI tools that you're going to learn in this process. Today, we did so much with basically Claude and Multi and a couple of other tools. What you're going to learn in the 21 hours for a very special price of 2,000 rupees is all of this in just 3 days. Guys, like I told you, the investment that you're going to make is with your time more than the money. How many of you guys think this is incredibly powerful? Drop in a heart. Drop in a heart if you think this is incredibly powerful, because there is insane amount of time that goes in by top mentors out there. Dilip is an IIT AI researcher who heads AI research for Outskill. RV Raghuveer is like the was this lead brand for Uber who's going to teach you. Divij literally works in the co-pilot team of Microsoft, and these are the kind of people who are going to come and teach you. And of course, I just do one session. So we literally got you the best possible mentors to come and teach you so that you actually get an absolute unfair advantage. But that's not it, guys. We realized we wanted to do something extremely special for everyone who's joining the program. So we put together a bunch of bonuses. What are those? For everyone who joins the bootcamp today, irrespective, you're able to join in for the first 50 slots or later on directly from the website by paying 10,000. It doesn't matter how you're joining in, you will get all these bonuses. What is that? Bonus number one is the community. You will get access to a community where literally thousands of people like you who are trying to become AI first are all out there, and it is available for you for 1 full year. So that even after the 3 days is over, you can keep engaging with them and learning from it. You ask questions, share projects, get feedback, and whatnot. This is your little family that we're going to give you access to. That's bonus number one. Bonus number two is for everything that you're learning, while we are not giving you recordings, we will give you workbooks which you can literally follow to do and implementation guides so that once a session is over, you can follow these workbooks and implementation guides to follow step by step to not just learn things but execute everything. And we recommend everyone to actually print this and you get all these workbooks and implementation guides. Next, you will also get the exact build resources. There are templates that we use. There are prompts that we use. There are, artifacts that we use. You will get everything so that you don't have to remember anything. You just use these guides and workflows to be able to get started. I told you that you're also going to learn how to automate stuff. As a result, you're going to get access to automations, which looks like this, by the way, where you can click on one button and import all those automations into your own system and start making it work, which were taught in the session. So you're not just learning how to build it, but also have access to those incredible automations that mentors are going to build and you can start using. Next is, of course, you will get detailed notes and all the slide decks that were covered. We can't give you the recordings, but we'll give you all this resource. And on top of that, while I did mention that you're going to be getting a certificate from NSDC, you will also get a certificate from Outskill the moment you finish the program. So effectively, you're basically getting one certificate from Outskill and one certificate from National Skill Development Corporation of India as well, which is Skill India. And finally, guys, this is something that we recently added. All of you guys will get your AI mentor for 1 full year. You see, you attend the 3 day session, and after the 3 day session, let's say on day number 20, when you're doing your work, suddenly got a doubt. You don't have the recordings, so you cannot go and watch it. You have the notes, but you don't have the patience to go through it. We have built an AI mentor where you can literally ask any of the doubts that you have for 1 full year, and it will be able to answer all the questions for you. That, my friends, are all the 7 bonuses that you're going to get today. But that's not it. We have fun final, yet a super massive surprise for all of you people. I told you there's a massive surprise today. And this, my friends, is the surprise for all of you people. Everyone, and this is only for people, only for the first 50 people. So the first 50 people who manage to join today will get these 3 massive surprises. Only for the first 50 people. These surprises are not even available, or these bonuses are not even available for people who pay the full amount of 10,000, because we can't, and you'll know why. This is what I like to call as the premium AI implementation stack. For the first 50 people who manage to join the program today, you guys will get the automation library. This is a tool which is worth 10,000 rupees if you individually want to buy it, which literally has hundreds of automations. All you have to do is log into this tool, click a couple of buttons, and enable those automations inside of your software so that you can literally automate a bunch of things. These are automations that you get which are beyond what we teach inside of the bootcamp. In the bootcamp, we'll teach you a couple of automations, but this literally has hundreds of automations inside of it that you can start using it right away. And you don't have to build it ground up. That is the automation library. If you go and buy this individually, it is worth 10,000 rupees. Not just that, we also will be giving you access to a premium paid prompt library. This literally has thousands of prompts on different categories. You just search for it right here, find the prompt, click on one button, and it will execute that on your chat GPT or Claude. This product is sold all by itself for 8,000 rupees. Actually, it's $100. So it's slightly more right now, considering the conversion rate. But all the first 50 people will get it for free. And finally, the massive surprise that I was telling you guys about is that you guys all remember Multi, right? This was Multi. The same tool which I used to compare multiple AI models to get an answer. Multi lifetime, they only sell lifetime subscription, and it is sold at, you can see this, 16,000 rupees. The way it works is you can bring your own API key from an open router, connect it to it, and you can literally use this software for free for life. And what we did is, instead of you guys paying 16,000 rupees to get for it, the first 50 people will get Multi lifetime access. Of course, the bring your own key plan for free when they join the bootcamp today. Guys, of course, you have to bring your own API key. Your AI models cannot be free, of course, but the whole tool, the whole harness, which is sold at 16,000, is yours for free when you join the program for 2,000 rupees today for the first 50 people. So for the first 50 people, you get the automation library worth 10,000, the prompt library worth 8,000, and get Multi lifetime, bring your own key version of 16,000 rupees, all included today worth 34,000 rupees. Now, I spoke about the 100% money back guarantee, remember? Yes, you can still apply end of day one and you can get the 100% money back guarantee. But I'm sure a lot of smart people are thinking, oh, you know what? I'm going to take this program right now, use up the tools, and I'm then going to ask for a refund. What can they do? Well, if you do that, we will have to reject you. So if you guys are not sure about the program, what we will recommend is leave the bonuses and premium stacks unactivated. Don't use the codes that we will give you if you think that you will apply for a refund. After the day one is over and you're confident that I absolutely love this program, of course you can apply and start using it. Till then, don't use it if you're not sure. In case if you have used, let's say you have used the coupon code that we gave you of Multi, it costs us a lot of money to be able to give you that, right? We will not be able to give you a refund. While 100% money back guarantee after the day one can be availed, what I recommend is not to use this bonus tools for the first 50 people. If you use it, we will not be able to give you the refund. But guys, isn't it a no-brainer that we are literally saying, do the day one for free. If you're not interested, just ask for a refund and we'll give you the refund. That is how confident we are about this program. With that being said, I'll tell you one thing. The same bootcamp program, right, that you're seeing, while we sell it for 10,000 rupees on our website, the thing is, we started to do this program as a training for companies. I have trained employees at Uber. My team has trained at Tata, Shiprock, at Aditya Birla, Domino, Shell, and stuff like that. And the same training for up to 40 employees, we charge 10 lakh rupees. So you're getting the same training that companies pay tens of lakhs of rupees. And if they need more employees, it costs higher. It goes up to 1 crore, right? Based on the number of employees they want to train. The same training, you're not even paying 10,000 rupees if you're the first 50 people. You're literally not even paying 10,000 rupees or $999. You're literally paying a crazy price of 1,999 or $99. So what do you get, guys? You get the 3-day generative AI bootcamp, which is worth literally 10,000 rupees or $1,000. We follow something called as pricing pay parity based on countries. 2, you get the automation library, prompt library, and get Multi BYOK version lifetime access, together worth literally 34,000 rupees. And all the bonuses like the implementation guides, notes, texts, two different certificates, 1 year of AI mentor, complete certificate on top of that. And on top of everything, We are literally saying, on top of giving you something like this, which is absolutely mind blowing, we are literally saying you have a 100% money back guarantee. Attend the day one. You don't like it for whatever reason, you just write us an email and we'll give you a full refund. Guys, that is